this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
Oh, no.
We return to our planet. The High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of SeptumSin versus the World. I'm SeptumSin. So, we're gonna be doing this a little bit differently. I've been doing these massive videos. I thought, well, that's probably not... It's not gonna end, but I don't know if anybody wants to watch hours of pickups. So, I'm just gonna do regular pickup episodes in smaller doses with the occasional live pickup. They're just going to be... And they're going to be spread out as time goes on. So I'm going to just try and make sure that there's at least one pickup video every Wednesday. And that might actually stretch out for months. or a long time. But hey, that's actually not a bad thing. So I'm going to record one here today. It's going to be mostly S's today. So let's talk about some cool stuff. So right here we've got SOS Titanic, which is a Kino Lorber one. It's another Titanic film. The saga of the supposedly unsinkable RMS Titanic has captured the world's imagination over the century. It's a story of greed, loss, and survival. Remains as fascinating today as it did in that fateful moonless night in 1912. Long before James Cameron's blockbuster Titanic, this film meticulously recreated the world's most lavish luxury liner to its sumptuous gala atmosphere during the 4-day journey leading to the disaster. Based on research and intriguing docudrama, gives rich senses of life aboard the Titanic as it explores the lives of various passengers ranging from the most impoverished to the wealthiest, movingly finds the courage amidst the honor and tragedy. So, yep. So docudrama. I have to double check to see if I put this in a drama. I mean, in the drama or the documentary category. I'll have to put it in there. Now, if any of y'all watching this and you know, please let me know in the comments down below if you know it's drama or documentary. So another one from Sentai called Sabagebu Survival Game Club. So there we go here, which is interesting. Some of those like girls clubs that, you know, they do these things. So Momoka's family moves a lot. She's always that new girl, and the schools she's attended have all blurred together until her first day at Orgiri High. That is where she's rescued by an armed vigilante, assaulted by platypus. By platypus? Huh, okay. And coerced into joining a secret organization of gun-toting female commandos. So, you know the typical stuff. Yeah, it's sad. I'm not even exaggerating. That's probably the typical stuff when you're talking about that. I gotta do this better without the glasses. I can usually read things better without it. Can't see what's on here, but that's alright. On here isn't always the need. There we go. I can see more. So right here we've got Saga of Tanya the Evil. Now this is an older one. I know that. It's an isekai, where this one person, this one man gets reincarnated into the body of a little girl, and she becomes this really evil character, kind of Nazi-ish. And, a little girl with blonde hair, blue eyes, and porcelain skin fights on the front lines of the brutal war set in fantasy world. What others don't know is that she's reincarnated Japanese office worker who in his former life had a ruthless desire to climb the corporate ladder in hopes of retiring to a cushy corner office. And, you know, this one also has some relation to Isekai Quartet and all of that, so there is some connection to those worlds there. So I've heard about it. I really need to see it. There's a lot of these I need to see, but you never know. So this is one of my father's favorites. I know it's a documentary. That is Sam Kinison, Why Did We Laugh? Now this came from my father's collection when he passed. He loved Sam Kinison. I've listened to Sam Kinison stuff. I used to have something that had all of his stand-up on it, and I got rid of it because I just don't have the love of it that my father had. Some of it's very dicey, but it is an interesting picture of him and portrait. So this documentary I am keeping as sort of a remembrance of my father and how much he loved Sam Kinison's humor. They did that kind of thing. I'm losing my voice to the point where I'm not doing that. Next up, let's talk about this one here, which is Samurai Resurrection. I'm not even sure where I got that from. It doesn't look like one I would get on my own, but you never know. It is new, so who knows. 37,000 peasants perished in the Shimabara Revolt. Among them, the leader of that uprising, Shiro Amakusa. More than a decade later, Amakusa rises from the dead, hell-bent on revenge, resurrecting a ghastly anime of living dead monsters, swordsmen, by the way of the cult art called Makai Tensho. He sets his sights on overthrowing the shogunate. Standing in their way, legendary samurai Jubei Yagyo, who will have to fight the reincarnation of his own father before the fierce battle. So I wonder if this has any relation to Ninja Scroll. You know, there's Jubei, it's called Samurai Resurrection. I don't know. It's very possible. Looks interesting. Kind of like Onimusha, also a little bit a taste of there. So this is Sakura Quest, right here. I remember buying this on a sale and then saying, well, this kind of looks entertaining, and this in the back sounded entertaining. So let's see here. Yoshino Koharu goes from jobless to queen when she's invited to a small town of Menoyama. But what she thinks is a one-day gig turns into a year-long commitment of helping the small town's tourism industry. So that looks like an interesting concept of an anime. You know, of course Sakura always is these pink-haired girls, which I guess that makes sense. I mean, if for some reason I had a child and it was a girl and her hair was pink, Sakura would probably be where I would go too. I would kind of be weirded out too. So this is Sakura Wars, the complete series right here, which is kind of good because my old Sakura Wars set was kind of damaged, and so it's upgrading it. This is kind of an all-girls type thing, but it also is kind of, it takes place back in kind of more samurai-ish days, and it has a steampunkish thing, and they have these very odd mechs that they pilot. I do like the concept of it. I did enjoy what I saw of the series. I haven't seen the movie or any of the other spin-off stuff, but I have enjoyed what I've seen of that. So this here is The Salesman. This is, I believe, an Oscar winner and an Iranian film, oddly enough. Iranian films, those few I've seen, are actually pretty good. And, The Divorce, I think, I saw, and that was really good. After the old apartment becomes damaged, Ahmad and Rana, a young couple living in Tehran, are forced to move into a new apartment. However, once renovated, a sudden eruption of violence linked to the previous tenant of their new home dramatically changes the couple's life, creating a shimmering tension between husband and wife. And the director of this is pretty good. So I am looking forward to checking this out. I got this a long time ago when it had that Oscar-related stuff, and I still haven't seen it yet. Now here's one I have seen that's had a lot of stuff. Salmon fishing in the Yemen. That's about this guy who basically is trying to. He's a wildlife expert, and he's been tasked to have salmon in the Yemen so that this guy could fish for salmon. And it's this like rich, search Arab man can fish for salmon in the Yemen. It is kind of an interesting and unique thing, but those people tend to have a lot more money than they know what to do with, and they do weird things with that. And it was actually a pretty decent tale. I did enjoy it. So, this one here is Sandman, Season 1. I always thought this was interesting because the one that everybody loved from the Sandman series was not Sandman, but Death. And of course, I guess it's that whole fetishizing the female death of the male, primarily male audience, but still, it's there. But I've heard really good things about it. There's another world that awaits us all when we are close to our eyes to sleep. The place is called The Dreaming, where the Sandman, master of dreams, gives shape to all our deepest fears and fantasies. But when the dream unexpectedly captured and held prisoner for a century, his absence sets off a series of events that will change both the dreaming and waking worlds forever. So I am very curious about that, and I've not seen it. I wonder if that character Death is in there, because I know that Death was one of the big draws many of the people I knew to Sandman specifically did that for. Too thirsty. And finally, this is a shout version of Saturday the 14th. This is a kind of a horror comedy. I've seen it once, and it is entertaining. It's one of those odd ones, in the same style as, say, House, if you've seen House. The one with, not John Goodman. Well, the second one had Rassenberger, and I can't remember what the other one's actor's name was. But it was actually a pretty fun one, and this one's also pretty fun and enjoyable as it is. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this particular one. If you did, hit that subscribe, hit that share, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
SeptumSin versus the world. It's that place for all the boys and girls. You'll feel real safe, you'll feel real warm. It's a cozy place to ride out the storm. SeptumSin. SeptumSin and his best boy Jake see the trends that scare us every day. Physical media is going to the side. Doctor streaming will rule the world in time. SeptumSin! SeptumSin!